One of these $2,300 and $3,299 laptops packs surprises that left me rethinking what a flagship can actually deliver. You're choosing between the ROG SCAR's Intel Core Ultra 7255HX and the Blade's Ultra 9386H, but the SCAR's 20-core setup gives you more power for heavy multitasking or demanding creative work than the Blade's 16 cores can manage. The SCAR's 2.4 GHz base frequency means it handles sustained loads with less slowdown than the Blade's 2.1 GHz, though the Blade's 2nm process versus the SCAR's 3nm isn't a difference you'll notice day to day. In real-world benchmarks, the SCAR consistently pulls ahead, so you'll feel that extra headroom when editing, compiling, or running multiple apps. ROG SCAR posts a 3197 Geekbench 6 single-core score, ahead of Blade's 2822, and multi-core is 17,128 versus 16854, which is a near-tie unlikely to matter day to day. Cinebench 2024 single-core is 140 for ROG SCAR and 127 for Blade, another near-tie at about 9% apart. But in Cinebench 2024 multi-core, ROG SCAR's 1932 is far ahead of Blade's 1231, so demanding workloads finish faster. Choosing the GeForce RTX 5070 Ti over the 5060 means more headroom for demanding games and creative apps. Both use dedicated graphics, but the ROG SCAR's 12GB VRAM versus 8GB on Blade lets you handle larger projects smoothly. With 37.4 teraflops against 18.4, the ROG SCAR should deliver much faster rendering, and that's on top of the benchmarks win a moment ago. Both displays are 16 inches, but the Blade uses OLED while the ROG SCAR has mini LED. Resolution and refresh rate are tied at 2560 by 1600 and 240 Hz, so you will not see a difference there. Blade's OLED panel means deeper blacks and richer contrast, which changes how movies and photos look in daily use. ROG SCAR reaches 1200 nits, while Blade tops out at 400 nits, so sunlight is much less of a problem for you with the SCAR. Neither offers a touchscreen, so your interaction stays traditional no matter which you pick. Dolby Vision on the SCAR and HDR10 on the Blade both mean HDR support, but Dolby Vision can look a bit richer in certain content. Matte coatings and 189 pixels per inch are identical, so glare and sharpness feel the same day to day. Both laptops offer 90 watt-hour batteries, so not much in practice separates them on capacity. Charging speed is where you make a real trade. Blade peaks at 200 watt USB-C, but ROG SCAR gives you 380 watt barrel charging for a much faster top-up. Both use USB-C for charging, but if you want the quickest recharge after a long day, ROG SCAR changes your routine. That's now 5 wins for ROG SCAR. ROG SCAR and Blade both ship with 16 GB of RAM as standard, so multitasking feels equally smooth at this price. You get DDR5 in the SCAR and LPDDR5X in the Blade, but that difference is unlikely to matter day to day. What does change your experience is that only the SCAR lets you upgrade memory after purchase, so you can adapt as your needs grow. In the base configuration, both give you 1 TB of storage, using SSDs in the M2 form factor. Each supports NVMe for fast transfers and lets you upgrade storage after purchase if you need more. There is no practical difference between them on these storage specs as they ship. Blade is 2.14 kilograms and 17.4 millimeters thick, making it much easier to carry all day than the 2.85 kilogram, 30.8 millimeter ROG SCAR. Both use aluminum builds, so you get a premium feel either way. That portability edge for Blade comes right after storage was tied. Both ROG SCAR and Blade offer Wi-Fi 7, so your wireless speed and reliability are matched here. Bluetooth is 5.4 on ROG SCAR and 6.0 on Blade, but that version gap is unlikely to matter day to day. You get 2 USB 4.0 ports on each, plus Thunderbolt 5 support, so your high-speed accessories work seamlessly. Both include an audio jack, so you can plug in headphones or mics without searching for adapters. ROG SCAR gives you 1.7 mm key travel, while Blade offers 1.5 mm, so your fingers get a bit more cushion with every press. Both keyboards are backlit island styles, and neither includes a numpad, so layout and visibility are matched. Webcams are 1080p FHD on both, and neither laptop adds a fingerprint reader, so security and video calls are even. That extra key travel from ROG SCAR means longer typing sessions should feel less fatiguing, especially as you move past the tied connectivity category. You get two CPU options on both the ROG SCAR and Blade, with RAM choices of 16GB, 32GB, or 64GB for each. Storage options are also matched, offering 1TB, 2TB, or 8TB on both, so your checkout flexibility is the same either way. At $3,299, the ROG SCAR costs $999, more than the $2,300 Blade, and both come in black. That extra money gets you the much brighter screen, stronger graphics, and longer battery life on paper, but the Blade is still the better deal here. You can find both prices linked in the description below. ROG SCAR is for gamers and power users who demand the absolute best in performance, graphics, battery life, and memory, plus a keyboard that stands up to serious use. If you care most about panel type or crave a sleeker design, skip it. The real hesitation: you pay $999 more and give up an OLED panel for that price. Blade is for buyers who want a premium 16-inch laptop with a stunning OLED panel and a design that feels a cut above the rest, all at a more approachable $2,300 price. Skip Blade if you demand the absolute best in raw performance, graphics, or battery life. The one reason to hesitate: you give up the much higher 1200 nit brightness found elsewhere, making Blade's 400 nit screen less ideal in bright environments. Which would you pick, the ROG SCAR or the Blade, and why? Drop a comment, like the video, and subscribe to Computer Matrix for more honest laptop comparisons.